Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. I want to say good morning to everybody who is here today. Wonderful to see everybody. Good morning, Susan, coming in from Dawsonville. Nice to see you yesterday, Susan. I'm glad that your world travels were a whole lot of fun. But welcome back to this side of the world, to this hemisphere. Good morning, Lane. Good morning, Josiah, coming in from a beautiful Las Vegas. I hope that all is going well for you over there in Las Vegas. Seems like you are having an absolute blast, and I hope that the town suits you. Good morning, Dan, coming in from Buford, and Shauna coming in from around a big canoe. Wonderful to see you here today. Good morning, Tony. I'm so sorry to hear about your Uncle Johnny. May his memory be a blessing. I know that you guys I know that you just recently are just kind of still dealing with the passing of your mom. So I sincerely hope that your family is able to be resilient about this. But just know that you are in my prayers, love you, and care about you, and of course about your Uncle Johnny and everybody who is more closely connected with him. Let's see. Good morning. Let's see here. Good morning, Donna. Good to see you here today. For coming in from the HOA, from the historic district. Let's see. Yeah, so good morning to everybody who is here. All right, so we are here today to say some good stuff about us, and to everybody else who is watching but who has not yet left a comment. I'll leave a comment. I'll say hello to you. Anyway, we're here to say some good stuff about us. It is Monday. It is the first day of the work week for most people in the United States, and with on days like this, there's always a sense of that there's always a sense of newness, a sense of coming back to what we're doing, a sense of putting aside the weekend and just putting our noses back down into our books or back down into wherever it is we need to be, and accomplishing the things that are important, going back to the teams that we work with, etc. And so let's set ourselves up for success. Let's set the people around us up for success by saying some good things about us, for believing some good things about us, because as each individual on a team is better, the team itself rises as a whole. So let's have some fun. We're going to do what we do every morning on Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. I'm going to pull a card off the top of the deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we do it, we are building into our own lives. We are switching up our own understanding. And most importantly, we are giving ourselves what we need in order to really stand on the shoulders of who we were yesterday. So let's have some fun. Let's pull a card off the top of the deck and say that today I am excited. I am excited. I eagerly anticipate life's joys. So I am excited. I eagerly anticipate life's joys. Are you excited? You are excited. You eagerly anticipate life's joys. I'm going to write that down in the comments. I encourage you guys to do the same thing, because as we write it down, we have to engage different parts of our brain and really cement this into our subconscious as we affirm that we are excited and that we do eagerly anticipate life's joys. And boy, let me tell you, life does contain its fair share of joy. It contains its fair share of pain too. It uh, it contains its fair share of all manner of different kinds of emotions. Somebody asked me, well, recently they said, "What's it like to be a dad?" And I said, it's the most achingly beautiful thing. It's the thing that I wake up in the morning, I'm excited to do it. At the same time, it can be frustrating, it can be painful, it can be scary, it can be terrifying. But in the end, it's all worth it. It's all worth it because of who I'm growing and who I'm becoming to be. Who I'm becoming in the process of doing it. And so I am excited. The psychologist Gay Hendricks, in his book The Big Leap, has a wonderful quote. He says fear is excitement without the breath. And so the feeling of fear and the feeling of excitement are the same feeling. It's just that when we're afraid, we're not breathing. And so his advice is whenever we feel like we're scared, to take a deep breath and realize that we're actually just excited, and that excitement is something that we can harness. Whereas fear itself is something, fear is something that causes us to contract and to make ourselves smaller and to stop doing whatever it is that we're doing. Excitement is something that causes us to expand. It's something that causes us to reach out to the world with eagerness. And so I am excited, and I eagerly anticipate life's joys. The fact is that life itself is a series of contrasts. And so, if we did not know what white was, we could not also know what black is. If we did not experience pain, then we don't really experience love. If we don't experience fear, we can't really experience excitement. And to the degree that we are able to be okay with with the emotions and with the extremes of the emotions that we are capable of experiencing, to the degree that that we can experience these things and be okay with it, to that degree we can live, and to that degree we can have amazing life. The fact is that as we go through our lives, that lots and lots of things are going to affect us today, and the difference between being afraid of them or being excited about them is primarily just, are we going to take a moment and breathe? Are we going to remember that no matter what's happening, that the universe itself is supporting us, that the air which we have so abundantly around us, which is given to us as a free gift, is something that we can always partake of, and that we can always just bring ourselves back into our bodies, bring our awareness back into our bodies, bring our perceptions back into this moment, and recognize that for right now we're okay, that we always have been okay, and that we can expect to be okay for all of our tomorrows. And from that perspective of being okay, we can get excited about what is next. We can get excited about what's going on, even if we don't understand it, even if we lack the context to to fully quantify it, even if it's never happened before, because in many cases it's never happened before. There's lots of things going in my life that have never happened before. That lots of things going on in my life that that I've never experienced in the past. And so I have to ask myself, am I going to approach this with a sense of wonder and joy, or am I going to approach this with a sense of fear? And of course, when I approach it with a sense of wonder and joy, I get a lot more done, and I feel a lot better while doing it than if I approach it with a sense of fear. Life is full of unknowns. I mean, and so as we navigate these unknowns, it is important for us to navigate them in such a way that we are continually setting ourselves up for having that better perspective over and over and over again. When I think about the person that I was 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, um, one of the big differences between the person that I was and the person that I currently am is that the person that I was very much afraid of literally everything. Very much afraid of change, very much afraid that things were not going to work out, clinging to what was in that moment, clinging to what I knew what was working, even if it wasn't working very well, being like, oh well, if I were to do something different, if I were to be different, if I were to express differently, then I would have, that my life would somehow not be as good, and maybe I lose something that I've gained. But in the end, I've discovered that whenever I let something go, that something else comes into my hand as well. And so I've learned to walk through life with my hand open, with and to allow the things which are in my hand to be in my hand, and to allow them to go when it comes time for them to go, and to allow new things to come in. It's like if we hold out our hand and a butterfly lands in our hand, we don't grasp the butterfly because we want to keep it because it's beautiful. We simply hold our hand still and we observe it as it sits in our hand, and we appreciate that beauty for so long as it's there. But if we tried to grasp onto it and hold onto it, we would destroy it. And that's something that really goes through my head every time I get excited about something new. It's that the thing that I have right now is something that I was previously excited about, and the thing which I'm going to have tomorrow, the thing which I'm building today, the thing that I will have in the future, is something that I can get excited about today. And ultimately, one day, that thing will no longer serve me because I am learning and growing and maturing, just like you are. And so let's go through life excited about life. Let's realize that we have only a short period of time here. And the older that I get, the more that I realize that, and I have no doubt that that perspective will continue and get even, have even more of an imperative. But let's consider, what it is that, what kind of a vision that we have. Like, why do we want to be here? What do we desire to accomplish? And then let's move forward toward that all the time in an excited way. Excitement is something that is contagious. When we are excited about something, other people can get on board with that vision. And so um and so when we are eagerly anticipating life's joys, the people around us are more primed to recognize the joys in their own lives. So I am excited today. You are excited too. And so let's eagerly anticipate what life has for us today, because it is short and we only go through it once that we are aware of. And so as we go through our day, let's look for good reasons to let's look for reasons to find joy in our experience. It is Monday, and this is a day when a lot of people are unhappy about it. They're having the case of the Mondays, and not wanting to go back to a job that they hate, or not wanting to go back to projects that don't serve them anymore. And in the end, the difference between people who look at their Monday as being this terrible drudgery, and the people who look at their Monday as being an exciting new opportunity to do good in this world, then the difference is perspective. The difference is what we believe about what is. It is not what actually is, because there was a time in our lives where, even if what we are doing right now we think it's drudgery, that we were excited to get to do it. And we have to refine that excitement. And if we can't find that excitement, then we need to move on to something else. I talked about it in the Awesome Saturday service. If you caught the Awesome Saturday service on Saturday, I talked about how we when something isn't working out right, that we feel like there's like an itch in our soul that is causing us to that is compelling us to scratch that itch by making a change, and that we don't make a change oftentimes because of fear. And yet, in the end, the questions that we have to ask ourselves, the introspection that we have to do, the choices that we have to make, those choices never change, no matter how much fear that we allow ourselves to experience, or how long that we allow ourselves to itch. Fact is that we will eventually always have to grow into making that choice. We always know what choices we need to make. It's just that we're not always willing to make them, because because we have to grow into the ability to make them. So let's get excited about the change. Let's get excited about the choices that we have to make in order to manifest the changes that are most important. And let's get on that on today and throughout this week. So let's have a week where we are eagerly anticipating the joys of life. I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll come back with another one of these. Until then, I love you. I appreciate you. I care about you. Good morning to everybody who is here once again. I know Susan and Lane, Josiah, Dan, Shauna, Tony. I know that Donna was here from the beginning. Good morning, everybody. I know a couple of folks popped in the middle of it, or maybe you were here the whole time. But good morning, Armando. Wonderful to see you here today. It was great to see you and Anita over the weekend, and great to hear about your zero energy developments going so well. I'm proud of you, man, and keep on, keep doing things with the amazing vision that's inside of you. I'll talk to everybody tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, this is your up to the moment reminder that you are awesome, that you are amazing, that you're going to rock it at life today, and that no matter what life throws our way, that we can eagerly anticipate the joy to be found in it. I'll talk to everybody tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, aloha from paradise.